to read 1 Kings chapter 19. I'm going to read verses 1 through 4. I'm going to read from the New International Version of Scripture. Oh, there it is up there. I can see that better than I don't have my glasses on, but boy, that looks real good. That's what I'm going to read. 1 Kings chapter 19, verses 1 to 4. It reads, "Now Ahab told Jezebel everything Elijah had done and how he had killed all the prophets with the sword. So Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah to say, 'May the gods deal with me, be it ever so severely, if by this time tomorrow I do not make your life like that of one of them.' Elijah was afraid and ran for his life. When he came to Beersheba in Judah, he left his servant there while he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness. He came to a broom bush, sat down under it, and prayed that he might die. 'I have had enough, Lord,' he said. 'Take my life. I am no better than my ancestors.'" So on this afternoon, I simply want to repeat what Elijah said. I have had enough, Lord. I've had enough, Lord. You may be seated. One of my most profound pastoral assignments was as a hospital chaplain. From 2013 to 2014, I completed a residency. So as pastor in the hospital, your task is to provide spiritual care. It's not so much about evangelism. Some people may come to Jesus, but the fact is everyone doesn't believe the same things. And so the challenge as pastor in the hospital is, can you provide spiritual care to people who don't look like you, who don't talk like you, and who don't believe like you? And so on a particular day, as the pastor to this hospital, I traveled down one of my units down the hall, and I went into one of the rooms, and there was an elderly woman there. This woman was a beautiful Caucasian woman. She had wrinkles on her face. She had gray hair. I went in simply to visit her. I sat and listened to her for a while, and then she asked me to pray. And so as her pastor, I asked her, I said, "Ma'am, what would you like for me to include in the prayer?" She looked at me and she said something I never heard before. She looked at me and she said, "Chaplain McCoy, I want you to pray that Jesus will come and take me home." This woman asked me to pray to God so that she might die. In that moment, it was really interesting. And as her pastor, I asked her, "What would you like for me to include in my prayer?" That's what she said, and so we prayed. 2 days later, I went back to that room, and that woman had died. God answered our prayer. So then every time I look at this text, this snapshot of Elijah's life, where he says, "I've had enough, Lord. Take my life," it reminds me of that woman. Elijah is at a point in his life where he simply wants his life to end. That woman in that room, she was at a point in her life where she simply wanted her life to end. And I must tell you that there was a time in my own life that I wanted my life to end. And I prayed this same prayer. I've had enough, Lord. Take my life. Oh, I know. You see me. I am a preacher. I'm telling you that I've been there. Elijah has been there. The woman in the hospital has been there. And I suppose that some of us on this morning have been there. Oh, I know that we may not look like it. But Elijah, you are God's prophet. And you're praying for death. You're afraid. You're God's prophet. You know how we put ministers and preachers in different categories sometimes. The man of God, he's a prophet. He talks to reveals, which means that a prophet can foresee what's going to happen, but then they can foretell. They can tell you what's happening right now. This prophet has seen miraculous things. But after his showdown with these Baal worshipers, he angered King Ahab and King Ahab's wife, Jezebel, to the point where she says, "Oh, I'm going to kill you." And so then this high-profile prophet, Elijah, he finds himself in the wilderness. He's afraid. He runs away because of what this woman has said. And many of us know what it feels like to be in the wilderness. I would dare say that some are in the wilderness right now. You don't look like it. Look at you. You're handsome. But you're in the wilderness. You're pretty, but you're in the wilderness. You're dressed nicely, but you're in the wilderness. Have a nice car, maybe even some money in the bank, but you're still in the wilderness. But what I love about God is that God met Elijah in the wilderness. Elijah was undone. Elijah was feeling all kinds of ways because life can be hard. To the point where we simply want to run away, confused and discouraged and sad and disappointed. All of these emotions that we carry only to find ourselves alone. Elijah felt like he was the only prophet left. Have you ever felt like you're the only one dealing with what you're dealing with? The wilderness is quite an experience, and it's challenging because many times when you're in the wilderness, you're in there alone. It doesn't mean that other people aren't dealing with some of the same things, but they don't understand your story. They don't really know what it feels like to be you. In the wilderness, here is Elijah. He's there, and it took him a day's journey to get there. It took him a little while to get there. You don't always find yourself in the wilderness quickly, because we do so many things to prevent the wilderness experience. I come to church. I give my tithes and offering. I come to Sunday school. I come to all of the events at the church. I'm faithful. I'm trying to avoid the wilderness experience. But then it happens anyway. Elijah, he could not control the anger that Ahab and Jezebel felt towards him. And the fact is, there are things in this world today that we simply cannot control, yet they affect us and they place us in the wilderness. Elijah, there in the wilderness, he starts to think about some things. He takes time to think. But the bad thing is that Elijah focused on the negative more than the positive. You're already in the wilderness, and you're going to think on negative things? I mean, there have been some things that have happened in Elijah's life that were even social media noteworthy. He could have posted it on Facebook and got many likes. You see, Elijah caused rain to stop for more than 3 years. He was fed by ravens. Oh, he could have posted that on Facebook. Then he could have gone to Twitter and he could have talked about how he saw this limited jar of flour and oil when he was with a widow. He could have put on Snapchat that he witnessed that widow's son resurrected. There have been some good things that happened. He could have went on Instagram and he could have talked about how he beat the prophets of Baal by calling down fire from heaven. But you know, sometimes when the bad stuff happens, it makes you forget about the good stuff. I know God has done some marvelous things, but right now I'm in the wilderness and I can't recall any of those things. I have spiritual amnesia. God is a good God, preacher, but you don't understand what happened to me yesterday. But I can see you today. And as I look at you, I see a blessed people. I can see you today. And as I look at you, I see a kept people. people what to think on.
Yes, yes.
And it's so important to revisit that scripture because the enemy is always trying to get you to think about some things that you ought not be thinking about in the first place. So then Paul tells these people, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, he tells them, think on these things.
Amen.
So if you need a list of things to think about, Paul provides a list of things to think about.
All right.
You have to think. You have to make up in your mind of what you're going to think about. Elijah chooses to sit in the wilderness and think on the negative. And so he's there, and again, many of us know what that feeling is like, but the blessing of being in the wilderness is that the Bible tells us Elijah sat under a broom bush. A broom bush in the wilderness. Now what we need to understand is that a broom bush, it is symbolic of peace. A broom bush is symbolic of spiritual renewal. Isn't it interesting that even in the wilderness situation, God provided a broom bush for Elijah? Elijah is tired and he's depressed. He wants to die, but he finds himself surrendering to God under this broom bush. This broom bush signifies spiritual renewal, and spiritual renewal is very important. You know human beings, we renew a lot of things. Let's see, we renew our license. We renew our vows. We renew our passports. We renew library books. But when was the last time we renewed our spirits? Spiritual renewal is about cleansing ourselves through the Word of God. Spending time in the Word in order to be cleansed. Spiritual renewal is about commitment to God, recommitting ourselves to God. Spiritual renewal is about celebrating God's grace and mercy. This is why we have revivals in our churches. And we don't have revivals like we used to have.
Come on.
Now if we're in church longer than 2 hours, we're upset.
Preach that. Come on.
Because we want one of those drive-through spiritual renewal situations. We want that type. Let me drive through, God. You do what I tell you to do. Make me brand new, and I might show up next week. But don't let the preacher be too long, because I don't have but about 2 hours, God, to give you each week.
Preach now. Preach.
But I want my spirit to be renewed. But I don't want to put the time in to renew. But here is Elijah under this tree, this bush, this broom bush. And it's a blessing because he's there, and from what I understand, the broom bush tree has white blooms on it. And when the wind blows, those little white things, they come down, and Elijah would have been able to smell the scent of those little blooms. And in that moment, God would have renewed his spirit. In that moment, under that bush, something would have happened to Elijah. And it's important to take time to sit under such a bush. Because you see, if you've ever been in the wilderness before, the reason why you don't rush out of the wilderness and why God keeps you there sometimes is so that when you get out, you'll be able to tell somebody, I know what it's like to be in the wilderness. I know because I've been there. And so I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to put you down. I'm not going to think I know how you feel. I'm just going to pray for you, be there for you, because I've been in the wilderness. Sometimes we need to stay there. We need to stay there so that we make sure that we're not depending on our money when we're in the wilderness. his mouth. He talks to God even in the wilderness. I may be in the wilderness, but there's nothing wrong with my mouth. I can go to God when I'm in the wilderness. I may be in the wilderness, but there's nothing wrong with my mouth, and there's nothing wrong with God's ears. So Elijah starts talking. I'm sad, but I can talk to God. I'm hurt, but I can talk to God. I have to deal with difficult people. But what you don't know is that I can talk to God.
Yes, yes.
So God is there for Elijah. And I'm so glad that Elijah ended up living until he died. And that's what we have to do. We have to live until we die. You see, because God's answer to Elijah's prayer was no. Elijah said, I've had enough, Lord. Take my life. I'm no better than my ancestors. That was his prayer. When you talk to God, that's a prayer. He prayed to die. God said no. How do we know that God didn't let him die? Because if you keep reading, you'll find that God failed Elijah. If you keep reading, you'll find that God allowed Elijah to rest. He fell asleep. Have you ever cried so hard that you just fall asleep? God put you to sleep, and when you wake up, you can live the next day. Oh, Elijah kept on living. How do I know? Because you keep reading, and God conversed with Elijah. He talked to Elijah. You see, that's what God will do. He walks with you, and he talks with you. And so Elijah is still alive. I'm glad God said no, because God directed him and encouraged him and strengthened him, even returned him out of banishment. He got out of the wilderness. And God joined him to Elisha because there was still work to do. God had plans for Elijah. And the truth of the matter is, God has plans for you today. That's why the answer is no. You're still here because you still have work to do. The answer is no. You don't get to set the appointment with death. God is the keeper of life's itinerary. You can schedule your doctor's appointment, and you can schedule your dentist's appointment, and you can schedule your hair appointment, and fellas, you can schedule that haircut, and you all can even schedule a date. But when it comes down to your life, God is the keeper of life's itinerary. And I hear God saying no. You must live and not die. Even Jesus prayed at Gethsemane. Jesus prayed and said, Lord, take this cup. Take this cup of suffering. If it be your will, God. I'm going to the cross. If it be your will, take this cup of suffering from me.
Yes, sir.
But even God told Jesus, no. You must go to the cross. Because it's part of my plan. And so even Jesus had to deal with wilderness in his life. But how many of you know that even though he was dead on Friday, and even though he was dead on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, how many of you know that the wilderness was over when Jesus rose upon him? And so because Jesus rose with all power, we have to continue to fight. We have to hold up the blood-stained banner. Even though sometimes we have to cry. We have to keep on going. You see, life is really like a battle. It's almost like you're in a ring, in a boxing ring. On last night, I happened to catch the last part of one of the Rocky movies. I like those movies. I think the one that I watched last night,